4.
Hey, everybody. Frank is going to be gone for an hour and a half. He has something to do. So we will see him later. Josh will have to be my man.
Gonna let the kids play.
The cat's away, the mice are play.
Mhm.
So, Josh, can you bring up high-tech stuff? Because they had something new at the Suzuka fair. Lots of new things, including a lot more waterproof servos. And they do chargers and batteries now. And I have a feeling they're doing something with WL Toy because I think they're putting their stuff in WL Toy now.
Is this what you're wanting?
Oh,
Yeah, it's 50 years. Let's see. Let's go through their list, please, and find out how much everything is going to cost.
hey, Brad, we might have a special guest after a while.
Ooh,
It's a
You want to start
special
with
guest.
chargers?
yeah. How much is
My
that
phone.
charger? The one with that extra piece to it.
This one?
No, the one with the black.
This one?
No, black. Next up, top 3. Yeah.
The
That
analyzer
adds
and
another
discharger?
It's an analyzer discharger, and it hooks to.
Yeah.
I'd like to know how much that cost. It can't be cheap.
We will have to look through a main to see what it costs.
Wow. On top of hooking it to a computer and a charger, that's a lot of money.
You should be able to discharge without a computer or a charger. It should
It's
work
supposed
like the ISDTs where you have a button on them to decide your rate.
But that's a big unit.
Yeah.
I guess it is supposed to, yeah, you do have to hook it to the charger. So the ISDT discharger, these are $80, and all you have to do is hit this button to tell it what rate.
Do you think the high-tech one's more advanced? That's why it's so expensive.
It probably has more features and functions, but for what you're wanting to do, you can change the amps in which you discharge off of those buttons. It also has an app, but I have been having an issue with the app on my ESC because when the iPhone's updated, they didn't update their app and they're not talking.
Hey, Brian. So let's go back to high tech, please. And
Yeah, we're there. And you see the charger it hooks to, like this one.
I think it hooks to one of the flatter ones. It might be the one on to the left up top. That's what they showed it at the show. It might have been to another one, or it might be able to hook up to all the others.
Yeah, I think you can hook up to that one.
And I bet you that charger is another $150.
Yeah, we'll have to do it at A main to see.
Hey, that's the bet box I have.
Mhm.
There is
that
in the
was-
middle. It's the one in the middle. Oh, that was the one it was hooked to. That one that I showed at the show. You just had it. Yeah. Almost,
One
that
twenty,
analyze, it's cheaper by $20.
but did you see that this one, or which one is it?
It's
Yeah, I think this
46.
one does charging and discharging.
What was the one next to it I just saw? That's 279. That's a lot of money.
Mhm. That's the one we
Hey, what do you-
started with.
And then
This is the one we
184.
were looking at on the high tech site.
Oh, look at that. They got ones that are 46.99. That isn't bad for their name brand. $50.
Looks like it's got some bad reviews.
What? Oh, the
Since they were-
46.99. And all
Yeah.
the other ones got good reviews. All the other ones got good reviews.
Yeah,
Uh, did the analyzer get good reviews?
it has one review of 5 stars.
Oh, so the analyzer gets good reviews.
It has a good review.
High tech, that means they make quality product.
I haven't used the high tech stuff.
Let's go to their
Come on, Penny Priest.
let's go to their servos. The waterproof ones.
What are you looking for, buddy?
Let's look at the waterproof ones, what the reviews are on those. They just came out with a lot of waterproof ones.
These are the waterproof ones.
Oh, okay. Do you think they have you think they have good performance, these particular models?
All right, let's see. The Ultra Torque low profile. Its speed is 0.08 at 8.4,
That's fast.
and its ounce inches are only 283. Now this one, the Ultra Premium hardened gear, its speed is 0.18, and its torque is at 763. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be a 7.4. So that one's not bad.
So some of these would do good crawler service.
Possibly. If I'm running a crawler servo though, I like direct power. So I don't have to run another VEC. So here's their waterproof line. This one's 157 to 179. This one is 419 at 7.4, it looks like. The Mega Monster is 695, but it's at 0.26. They obviously don't have the prices on here because they sell them through a different distributor. So if we, that's the wrong one.
Is a 32-bit multi-purpose good?
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. They're programmable and you can change stuff in them.
So they're probably expensive if they're programmable.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
one's basically $180 for their Ultra Torque. If you're asking me, am I paying $180 for the servo? I will probably go with a different brand. I mean, maximum torque is 472 for a $189 servo. Whereas,
It's as
you
much
can
as a
get-
reef.
yeah, in a reef at 189, you can get a Smart 900. So if you look at like the Smart 900, this can be a servo or a winch. It's 179. And at 8.4, it's 940 ounce inches at 0.1. And
You
you
can get a Tamiya kit and a regular servo for that price.
right. So it just depends on, if you are a high tech person, sure, get your high tech stuff. But for a crawler, I'm going to get the Reefs or NSDRC or Holmes Hobby type servos. I mean, even Reefs, they're raw. I think they just got the 400 out. There you go.
And they're waterproof, the reefs.
Yeah. So here's 140 bucks. 460 ounces, and it's 0.065 for their raw 400.
Look at that case. Is that metal? The whole case is metal.
Yeah, it's just raw. It's just clear coated basically from the raw cut of it. They laser etch it and clear coat it. And this is their low profile. So it would fit your race buggies, it would fit drift cars, and it's super fast.
And it's got a lot of torque.
Yeah.
What's their batteries look like?
The high tech batteries.
Yep. I know they showed them at the show. They showed the nickel metal hydrides and lipos, and they look like they'll fit Tamiya's. Well, I know the nickel metal hydrides would, but other ones. A lot more companies are bringing out batteries that will work in those.
They're not on their website yet, Brad.
Oh, that's too bad. But everybody's starting to make lipos that are more of them are coming out that'll fit Tamiya's, which is nice. I don't see anybody talking.
No, there's only Guru and Brian in the chat right
Yeah.
now. You got two other live streams you're competing with tonight, Brad. You got RC84 Films and Tony and Pablo.
Pablo? I don't know if I know Pablo.
RC Amigos.
Ah. Everybody wants to kill me.
Keith, you're the tank's lunchbox looking really good, man.
Thanks. I'm having a hard time on the hood.
The curve or
Resand.
just the base or what?
Yeah, just the dragons.
Hey.
I'm having a hard time doing it. I've
Hey,
already
Dirk.
done it like 4 times.
So what were you going to go run, Brad? You were going to run your torch?
Yeah,
Before you're-
and I had a name for the video, Light the Torch. that would have been a good name for the video.
Were you taking it to the skate park? Were you going to send it off some ramps?
No, I was taking it to a place that has a bunch of old structures in the metro parks, old structure buildings that were from the 1800s that were based from a little town.
Be safe on your travel home, Dirk.
Oh yeah, Dirk. See you driving home. Be careful.
Yeah.
Ah.
Did you get Tracy's body fixed or finished, Keith?
It's mostly finished. Doing some work on the interior.
Cool. Were we
Had a
going to say, Brad?
little.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we had a little problem with the front end. Dirk sending me the stuff for it, so
Cool.
I wish
should be
I,
in tomorrow.
thinking of someone else's, thinking of, I know I'm up to over 30 videos for you that are sitting around waiting for you to watch.
I watched a bunch.
You
I
did?
I at least scanned through them. You sent me like 4 of the trade show.
Well, there's different,
Yeah, I know there was
yeah,
different vendors.
they're different vendors. Yeah. I saw Marui was in one of the scenes. I'm like, come on, go to Marui. I want to see what they're doing. At the show, when the guy was walking away from the high tech stuff, you could see Marui in the background, and I'm like, are there cars going on over there? I'm like, where the hell? What are they doing? I'm like, come on, let's see what they're up to. Even though it was in Japanese, we could still. Thanks, Brian. You should be in the I would hope you'd be in the video part, but I don't. You have your reasons, but I'm like, come on, that's a big thing to have there. People want to know what's going on for Marui because they got to know that vintage vehicles are selling like crazy now. Everybody's making vintage stuff. There's a
Right.
big market for it. They have stuff that people want so bad, like the Marui Big Bear and the Ninja, that's Samurai, that all of the Shogun. You know, those cars would sell out like in a snap.
You think they'd still sell out, or would it be a niche market?
No, it would be going against Tamaya stuff in Shosho. Why? Because everybody's doing their shows on my day. That's why I say that, Brian. That means they're taking all those people who would be here away from me. That's how I feel about it. As much, I don't know Amigo too well. I don't know if I know him at all. I don't think I've
Well,
ever comment. Tony, I'm upset with. Tony's my friend.
Well, Tony always did Tuesdays. All he did was move his time a little earlier.
And Chris, I like Chris. I don't know why, you know.
Because
It's not
Monday
like
you
I
have
don't.
operation.
The operation charges on Monday, yes,
Yeah.
but this is Tuesday, so
Well, Wednesday you have Josh and Matt.
can you send Brian the link?
I don't have his
Okay,
email.
Brad, we're here.
You should have got it. You should have gotten it, Brian, before Tank left. I mean, he has to do something. That's why he's not here. He just set everything up. I thought he would have sent you one. Tell him to send it to your email then, Josh. Why don't you do that, please? If you please, if you would do that.
Yeah, you can send it to Jem's Hobbies, all one word, at Gmail. And I'll send you the.
And then Josh will have it. He'll keep it in his little bureau of names and that stuff. I know I sent you an email yesterday, and you responded. I'm hoping I see you in June. I'm hoping I can do some that go back to the type of pain I was in and still be able to walk by the time you come up here.
I figured you tripped over one of your unfinished kits.
Nope. I tripped on a cord that's hooked to my, when I was putting my torch away, I tripped on the wire that's hooked to the he says he just yeah, that's why he just told you to send it to him, to send you to him.
Well,
He says he has a
Tank didn't send it. So if he sends me an email at gemshobbies@gmail.com, I'll send him the link.
there you go, Brian. I tripped on the power cords to the fan.
Yeah, I don't see Brian on the people for the link that Tank has set up right now.
Well, he usually is. Uh, I mean,
So, is there anything coming out for Tamaya soon? Aren't they doing their big release here this month or next?
next month, the BBX and the MBO1. Yes, thank you, Brian. And they all of those are on pre-order, and I know all the pre-orders have got to be accounted for the BBX because everybody is in love with it. They're going to have to come out with another, you know, more kits are going to have to be made like crazy.
Right. Hey, I'll be right back.
It's just us, Keith.
Yeah. You should still ice it, Brad.
What?
You should ice your knee.
I don't have any ice. I did buy a thing of. I don't know if there's a packet that I can crush in the thing in my.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need an ice pack.
Thursdays-
Just you can do all kinds of stuff.
I don't see much swollen, but I can. It hurts like hell.
Yeah, I can imagine. I wiped out a few months ago while I fell and trying to get Tracy. And then I wiped out a few months ago after that.
Every time I walk, I scream my ass off. It hurts so bad.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it isn't tendon damage because that would take forever to heal.
Yeah.
I'm still working on my wild one, but I need to get a hardened pinion for it before I continue. I got the gearbox together, but I don't have the motor on it yet because of that. Because the pinion that comes with it they wear out and they discolor the gears.
Man, that's all I did today was paint.
Painting Frank's thing.
Painting Frank's thing, painting Tracy's body, painting this, that. Painting her interior.
All right, sorry.
He said he sent it to you.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look at it, buddy. I was on the phone. My son's in DC.
Ooh.
So.
Kind of scary you?
Well, he was supposed to check in and he hadn't yet.
I would just the idea
school?
of going out there. It's a school trip.
Yeah, for school. Yeah.
I would be worried this day and age to send my kid out of town away without me around. With everything that's going on in this country. But you being a police officer, you know it all too well. So
yeah.
You probably see a lot of road rage incidents that you do just look over.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Yeah, it's too bad you didn't get anything from them while they had that sale going on, Brian. I mean, all you would have need to do is put 8 ball bearings in the whole shot and the stinger.
Maybe I don't know, 4.5 inches tall.
4.5.
It's gonna have a blower on it.
Yeah. I was trying to look up the file, but we ran out of time.
So what were you doing for Josh?
Who?
You,
Whatever he wants.
he wants a blower
Oh,
on
really?
you're sending him a Traxxas with a blower on it?
No, I am
No.
building a T bucket, and he's gonna
Oh.
3D. He's gonna 3D print me a motor.
Oh, okay.
Brian, that should be sent, buddy. Yeah, Brad, I'm trying to make him. Here, we'll share screen. This.
Ah,
Yeah,
hey, if you were making a movie, you wouldn't see it in that color. Blue screen.
Right. So we're gonna try and figure out
gotta
the
make
height.
it bigger because that's one. What is that? 1/10?
Yeah, so what I'll do is I will download this real quick.
Do they got headers too?
Wow, that RV's still expensive.
It's not showing headers on it, buddy. You may have to
Okay. I can
make your
probably
own.
make some with styrene.
Yeah. My computer's probably gonna hate this. There he is.
Yeah. Hey, Brian.
Hey guys,
Hey, Brian.
thanks for getting me set up.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, those Jex cars you got there were pretty cool.
Well, you've seen my Stinger and you've seen the Torch and
Yeah.
and the whole shot.
There's a
Listen.
there's a channel I watch quite a bit, Rec RC. He has a Stinger and he's been doing some speed runs and stuff with it. And for what it is, it's pretty capable. Do you know the gearing on there? Is it pretty adjustable? Is there like a certain brand of gears that work in it?
I think you could probably change gearing in it. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't.
I wasn't sure if like the pattern was the same as another major manufacturer and you could
well,
easily.
it's based on the G-Force Genova. That is what it is.
G-Force.
You people
I
have to
thought
get
that
it from
was-
Japan. That's from Japan, but people have been running that. People bought it from Japan because it was the only way to get it because they were selling it in Japan, but you have to send for it overseas to get it.
Yeah.
And it's, from what I understand, the chassis is identical to the Genova.
Did you ask for those trucks specifically? Like, I didn't even know those two existed until I saw them on your channel.
No, the Elf gave me all three of them.
Okay, so he just sent them. Oh, so you've had them for a while.
No, the whole shot and the ones I got a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, they're nice looking trucks. I was looking at the Stinger, but I missed when it was really cheap. It was like $60 for a while.
Yeah, if you would have caught that on time, you would have spent the money for $50 getting a good car for $50. You couldn't have gone wrong. All you'd have to do is all you would have had to do was get 8-ball bearings, and then you would have been doing speed runs with that instead of your Bandit. Right?
I'd be doing both. Yeah.
It already, I think it comes with a 12-turn brushed motor 550. That's what I think it is, because I know it does 28 miles an hour on a 2S, and it's 3S capable.
Yeah, the guy I was talking about, he took the power system from a Arma Sentin. So it's the
BLX.
32. Yeah, the BLX, the 3660, 3200. And he got it up to 60 so far. And he's got to keep going with it. So fun.
Hey Keith, to set the length for 2 5/8, the height is only a little bit higher than that. to keep it all uniform so stuff doesn't look dysmorphed.
Yeah, I mean, the Stinger is upgradable. I mean, you can pretty much probably put aftermarket Genova parts on it, but I hear it might be hard to get those. It's easier to get Kyosho parts for their
Oh,
for their
okay, 2
Trailmaster.
and 5/8. Yeah, that's what you said. That's what I said, 2 and 5/8, right?
Yeah. So to keep
2 and
it all
5/8
uniform
high,
at the same scale, it's gonna
2
be
and
probably
5/8
two.
high.
It might be
Yeah.
2 3/4. It's closer to 2 3/4 high. It's
2
close.
and 3/4.
68 millimeters, buddy.
Yeah, I use 2 and 3/4.
Hey, Josh, which ones did you scan? How many of the video?
Did I scan? Oh,
So you would go through.
I didn't go through any that you sent in the past day and a half.
How
And
wide?
it's 2 inches. It'll be 2 inches wide.
2 inches wide.
Yeah, it was 51.
There's one.
But so
Let
just
me see
over.
if I put that there. That's 1.
So you saw that CKG guy with the you probably looked a little bit over that with the buggy, the Beetle.
Oh, there's 1. So it's 1, 2, 3. So from 1 to 3, that's 2 inches, right?
Yes. If you
Yeah.
start at 1, 3, it's
Start
2
at
inches.
1.
What do you think of his Beetle?
Which color beetle was that? I saw.
It was red.
Yeah, those were cool.
He used Kyosho Rampage tires on it.
It was neat.
That thing was flying.
Those mini Z's drifting at the trade show was sweet too.
You like some of the bodies they were showing?
Just how capable they were. I was really surprised at how capable those mini drifters are right now. I saw some in Florida. The RC Supremacy guy had stuff set up. He had 2 drift courses set up. He had a 1/10 and then he had a mini Z style. And those things just were throwing them around just like you would a 1/10 car, if not better.
What's
So
the
they
next scale up? Is there any bigger than that?
Like you can scale it uniform,
Yeah.
but just know to make it taller or wider, the other parts grow. So
Yeah.
it goes off of percentages. So for every 10% you go wider, it would probably go 15%. It's still going to be 10%, but it's going to make it into like do you want it width or height?
Yeah.
Corey,
I'd
Corey,
like
wanna
to
get on
at
the
least
panel?
have it 3 inches wide,
Okay.
because then I can work around, because that's what this platform is. I don't want to cut any off the platform to have it sit on there, you know?
So that would be 76.2. All right. So at 3 inches wide,
Let's see how long it is.
it will be almost 4 inches long.
4 inches long.
And just about 4 inches wide or high.
Yeah.
It'll
Hey,
be over.
Truck Joe. Truck Tech Joe. Does anybody have his email if he wants to get on here?
Joe, let me know if he wants on.
All right.
I have.
He was on the on another video on another channel the other day that I think I saw.
Yeah, he was on my channel
Oh, that's right.
when you came in the after show from bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I put that there and the radiator's there.
So Brad, what video you're gonna work on next?
I was yesterday before I fell and hurt myself.
I can
Oh,
cut
Short
this.
evening tonight. I forgot my
I can-
phone and my tripod, and I couldn't do the torch. I was gonna do the torch. I was gonna run it. It was already almost 5 o'clock by the time I got where I wanted the truck, and I'm like, I don't have my thing. I don't have my
I
stuff.
missed
So I didn't,
Oh,
wasn't able to do a video, which pissed me off.
I missed what you were saying. I guess you fell and hurt your knee or something.
Yeah, yesterday.
That sucks.
If he'd have just built more kits, that stuff would have been out of the way.
It wasn't that, that's not what I tripped on.
I know, Brad, I'm messing with you.
Oh shit.
that should work. It'll be a little bit back, but it's a T bucket, so it's gonna be short anyways,
Right,
It's
and-
gonna be short.
And the battery, you can probably fit underneath it because it's gonna be sitting on that pad.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit longer unless I take this out and scoot it all forward and just build the radiator. I might do that too, because this is solid anyways. This shock tower ain't going anywhere, and I'm not gonna jump anything. But I might slide the motor up a little bit. I gotta
Hold on.
look at them.
I might need to record that. You're not gonna jump anything?
No, not with
He's
that.
just gonna mud it. He's just gonna mud it. That's what he's gonna
Yeah,
do. Corey, gonna come in? I sent you an email since I have your.
Corey was on the list.
pictures of tea buckets.
Check out these pictures.
So, you're gonna have to look out for the Christmas time, Brian, to see if those are gonna go on sale if they have them again next year.
Jag stuff, yeah.
Hey, Caldwell.
I think they sold out of them. I don't know if they're still carrying it.
I think the Stinger last I looked was like, yeah, out of stock and it didn't look promising.
I'm
I
wondering if
think
they
they-
come back in the winter time.
I think they moved over to Traxxas.
Are you
Oh, really?
serious? Jags moved to Traxxas?
Yep.
Well, I wonder why they were.
Well, you're not gonna get one of those for $50 for sale.
No, they don't work with really anybody. The guy's been helping me with speed runs. He's like the biggest Traxxas guy, like really loves their stuff and has had cars up over 150 miles an hour and has lots of speed records with different Traxxas cars. He lives in Texas. He's been in the building, talked to him. They won't even hook him up. It's like, come on, like if they were gonna like, have a good partner, he'd be it. And they're very selective,
Yeah,
I guess.
but the best speed run, the fastest speed run is held by an Arma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just likes Traxxas. It's his thing. And he's been helping me, but he's got a Fortec on 2S that's at like 95 miles an hour, which is just insane. For 2S. But whatever. I mean, I only have Traxxas because it was a car I got for my son. And he never uses it. And it's a great car for messing with because the parts are so cheap. It probably would have been what I would have picked, but they're easy to find and the parts are cheap.
Okay,
so-
Corey. Yeah, well,
Yeah, if you look up RC car on Jags' site, it's all Traxxas stuff and then a couple parts for the Stinger.
So is there a certain brand that made the Stinger and there's other similar
I
cars?
have a feeling I just got the feeling that the G-Force people may have
Some kind of deal with them.
yeah.
The monster truck was
The
10.
motor.
Yeah, the monster truck is Sen,
Yeah.
but the other two are Genova, because the whole shot is, I think its arms are a little longer than the Stingers, but it's still the same chassis.
You'd think that would put a real hurting on that company if they were, selling so many products, Jags, and all of a sudden That's just done. I don't know.
I don't think people are buying them from Jegs, so they switched, and they probably don't have to hold any product for Traxxas. It probably ships directly from them to there because Jegs, they're based in Ohio and Delaware.
Are they in
That's where they're-
Delaware?
Delaware County,
Delaware, Ohio.
County, Delaware, Ohio. There's a Delaware County too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm in Delaware.
Yeah, you're in
Right.
Delaware, but there's a Delaware County and it's a town called Delaware in Ohio.
Gotcha. Okay. But like they're like a unique design, right? Like the stinger and like the body work and everything. It seems like a lot of work to get those unique cars that Jegs were selling. To just I don't know. You think they'll put a real hurt on that company? Seems like they put a lot of time and effort trying to make like
Genova sold all over the world, even though they had to get them from Japan.
I gotta
lot
look
of
them
people-
up. I'm not familiar with Genova at all.
It is called, it's the name of the vehicle is Genova. The company's name is G-Force.
Force.
I
It
think
might-
it's spelled, it might be G4, G-Force, meaning there's force at the end of the, it's G and a 4 and the,
Oh,
That'll
What were you
probably
saying?
work, Josh.
Okay, so 3 inches wide, then you scale it to that.
Yeah, because I gotta have the pipes, the headers come out.
they've been
Right.
they've been selling vehicles for a long time. It'd be nice to have that deal come back around in Christmas time, Joe. I mean, for $50, you couldn't go wrong. Those were damn good cars for $50.
It's just a little long, but 4 inches.
Yeah, like Joe said, Jegs has been selling RCs for a long time, but I think with Traxxas, you don't have to stock them. They have such a supply. They just are basically an affiliate link.
makes sense.
But there's the Jegs. It actually says Jegs on their cars.
Right. Yeah, like Joe said, most of them are off-brand, not,
Yeah,
Your
but
top.
I mean, but you got a lot of good stuff for $50, Joe. You couldn't go
oh
wrong.
yeah,
like I
it's
said.
good.
Oh, that was
But
a
I just
damn
don't-
good. Those are damn good cars for $50.
I just don't see that deal coming around again. I think it was Jegs just getting rid of their stock.
Ah. That's too bad.
Oh, wow.
Because Brian missed out, because he would have
Yeah.
he would have put out $50 for them both. He would have spent
I would
$100. You would have gone you would have bought them for $100 for the two of them. And even
What
Yeah.
would 2 be, Josh?
am I right, Brian? You would have bought $100 worth of car from them, right?
2 inches
Or,
wide.
or I would
Yeah,
have at least bought one of them and then probably spent like triple what I paid for it, like modifying it.
But you could have got 2 for 100. I mean, you couldn't have gone wrong.
The original, like I said, was 2 inches wide. It was 2 inches
Okay.
wide.
Oh,
and then
It
2
was
and
2 and
5
5/8,
eighths.
and probably closer to 2 3/4 tall.
Yeah,
said that-
let's do 2 inches.
the
I can make
NHRA
the,
was
I can
selling
make
them a
the
lot
headers
cheaper.
go out straight and then down and around.
I couldn't
Because
hear.
then that'll fit right
Oh, it's
into
an
the,
NHRA like.
even with the back of the platform.
But you know what? Believe it or not, the Stinger is a good jumper. It jumps pretty level, and they have high quality brass bushings in them because you would when you spun them. Even though I put ball bearings in them, you spin the tires in the front, you'd think there were ball bearings in them.
Hmm.
That's how good the brass bushings were.
Yeah, the guy that I was talking about who does a lot of stuff on his channel with it, he was racing it against his Senton around like a baseball field, and they were pretty close. It was surprising.
Was he racing the whole shot? Was he racing the whole shot against the Senton?
It was a Stinger.
I was a Stinger.
Yeah.
Well, Senton's a truck, so that's why you say that.
But I figure with four-wheel drive, it'd take off quicker and keep that lead, but it was more competitive than I would have thought. Yeah, it's interesting.
Did he show? Didn't you see how the Stinger jumped? It jumped pretty damn good.
I think he did some jumps with it. Yeah. Yeah. It looked pretty
jumped level.
stable. Yeah, it looked pretty good for the price. The sale price.
Right.
I mean, there's full ball bearings and then metal gears inside in the diff in the transmission. That's where all the ball bearings were, but there's, all you really needed was 8 ball bearings for the two rear hubs, you know, and 2 front hubs. That's it. You need 4 on each of them together.
You didn't ever wore those bushings out, Brad.
You think so?
Yeah. I talked
They were.
I talked to John Schultz from Element, and those Sendero SEs, which Joe has. He said the bushings versus the bearing trucks, he actually had longer battery life.
Out of the bushings?
Mhm.
How's that possible?
He was surprised as well because he's like, I just ran it, threw a battery in it, and it was 10 minutes longer battery life than the guys he was running with, running the same trail,
Well,
same motors and everything. But they do have that new fancy transmission that could be part of it. That Joe always has to correct me on what it's called, but it's a Stealth XF, I believe.
this is the bushings from the Jegs. They are high quality brass. I'll tell you that right now. They're smooth as a baby's ass in the middle. I'm being serious.
Remember the
I see.
tires I'm gonna put on the back.
This is a damn good quality brass bushing.
Sticky. I painted it. I don't know what the hell happened to the tape. It got all sticky on it. Crazy.
Just use some Simple Green or Awesome Spray.
Yeah, I got some stuff to take it off with. Painting Tracy's interior right now.
What is the Stealth XF?
That's the transmission I was talking about in the Sendero.
Ah. But
I was
what,
correct.
you know, what was nice is that if you, I guess you could put brass bushings back in if you want to run through salt water. Because they're not going to get rusted.
Yeah.
Joe changed his all out to bearings. He actually helped Jim's Bearings design the kit for it. His truck was one of the first.
No, but brass bushings take salt water better, don't they?
Yeah. Compared to regular steel bearings, they should.
Yeah, because they don't rust.
That doesn't mean your axles won't rust.
Well, that's why you run water over it, right? Fresh water.
Yeah, Joe said he put stainless bearings in his the Sendero, the SF, and then but he didn't really thinking about testing run times before and after.
I mean, if the bearings were made out of aluminum, they would be all right in salt water too.
They'd still eventually corrode if you didn't take care of them and grease them. Anything would be like that. I just pulled apart my bomber, which is out on the front porch because it's covered in wet grass. But the bearings in it, I got it used off a kid for like $200. And I had to replace the motor and ESC almost instantly because the motor was all ragged out. I pulled it apart in the diff bearings. It had a millimeter to almost 2 a walk in it. And it was a mess.
You know what I did? I did run my phase on voltage from Arma. I ran that through some puddles. But you know what? When I took it apart for the first time, can't harden aluminum for bearings. Well, forged aluminum,
That would be billet.
billet is stronger.
Yeah.
So I took the bearings out. They were a little scratchy sounding. And I put them in 3-in-1 oil for a longest time, and eventually, and let them soak in it for a long time before I put it back together. I also would shake them in it
Mhm.
to get the oil dough through it and push out all the crap. It worked fine.
You running through a couple puddles, Brad, isn't anything compared to like heat
Muddy.
and mud.
You would have to cope with a nickel. So if they made bearings out of nickel, that would survive.
Well, they make stainless and they make ceramic. Yeah.
Stainless steel
Bearings are made
bearings,
to wear out.
but
They
stainless
eventually,
steel.
they're
stainless
eventually
steel-
all going to wear out. It's going to be your friction value that you're looking for. Like your ceramics are in, like Brian's buddy, the speed run guy. I'm sure he runs all ceramic bearings, so it has the lowest friction possible.
Stainless steel bearings would be good too to take a lot more abuse.
Yeah, stainless. Most of the time, your trail guys run a stainless steel bearing because they're tough. They hold up to the elements. You can spray them out with water. They're not going to rust on you because they're stainless.
Even when you run through salt water. So, but the stainless steel that would be slightly cheaper than the ceramic bearings, but more expensive than steel bearing.
Much cheaper than ceramic.
But
bearing.
the stainless steel would be more expensive than a regular one.
Yeah, a regular steel bearing, correct.
He says, Joe says that he has ceramic in his comp build.
It doesn't surprise me.
I assume with your comp vehicle that you crawl with, you want as little as friction as possible.
Yes, less parasitic drag.
That you want that for when you have to put the gas on to get it up things. You want that wheel speed up higher.
Oh, Joe's truck is slow. Just asking.
No, but what if you want this?
You don't want the drag, anything holding you down. You want to apply the torque to the tires. Yes,
I mean,
but Joe
I
also machined his hubs so they were perfectly fit for his wheels, and Joe's very particular.
Yes, but you do have to, and when you're running your comp vehicles, you do need sometimes wheel speed.
Yes, there is times like my latest video I put up, I think we had to go across a plastic tube, like up a marble or concrete, like almost polished concrete stone to a plastic tube. And I just didn't have the wheel speed. I had the motor to put the wheel speed, but I didn't have it geared for wheel speed. I had it geared for crawling. And I ended up getting knocked out of the competition because I just couldn't make it up it.
Well,
harder.
Even in rock crawling, you sometimes need the wheel speed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a piece of marble slab at our local hobby shop that you cannot make it up unless you're just humming the tires, and it's just
and hauling the tires, and it's making screeching noises when you put that wheel speed down. I remember years ago, I had an old blue Nico body buggy. Super slow 2100 kV yellow jacket and silent assassin ESC, really smooth and quiet, but 8-2 punch. But
I think he's saying no punch.
And no punch. Okay. There was a slab of a marble that was in a table. I took it and I put it on I angled it on a what you jump on, a trampoline for running. It was a short one, but it still would put it at an angle, and I had to really put the power down even for that little car to get up this get up the marble. You know what I mean? Is that your wife just walked back there?
Yeah.
Was she at the? Were you trailing
She
with
was
her?
the one in front of me.
I thought that was your daughter. She looks young. I thought she was young. I thought she was young, looking like your daughter.
She appreciates.
She's
Actually She's actually older than me.
So she likes crawling or trailing,
Yeah, she's very outdoorsy, loves to hike and all that stuff. And then
and that's
she's
a way
had
to
about
hike.
2 cars. Yep. Like at Beach
Uh,
Creek, she was everywhere.
is she the one who had the smoke, the fire?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So the Swamp Thing does not have this on it. It will. It does not have a spur gear cover.
Ah,
So it's a metal spur, and the metal tray sits here, and here's the spur. The battery slid down out of the tray and was catching the edge of that spur, and it finally cut through it. But
she's
that's
lucky
a-
the truck didn't go up in flames.
Joe rescued the truck. That was
Yeah, I
Joe
saw that.
driving.
He could have burned himself really badly too,
Yeah.
and there was no damage to the truck.
No, we literally threw the battery out, made sure
And
it was all safe, and covered it with a rock and buried it, smashed it down in the dirt.
Someone came to
And
pick it up later.
oh, it's not getting picked up later. It separated all the cells and everything.
No, I mean they had to pick it up to clean up the forest.
Yeah.
Because I saw someone put little twigs to make to
Yeah.
show that there was a battery under there.
Yeah. Jericho.
Yeah, that
Jericho
truck
put
Joe
little
saying
twigs on it.
someone would have to come and picked it up. It's his property. He'd have to come and pick it up later. And you guys had to tell him there's a burned out battery in my property, on your property. Hey, Brian, you could look out to see if anybody's wanting to sell their Stinger. Probably could get it for less than $50 if they bought it for $50.
Yeah. I mean, I
Keep
probably
an eye
will.
out. Keep an eye out.
I'm tinkering around. I have a HBX truck that I got
I
for
have
my
an
channel.
HPX.
Yeah.
Which HPX do you have?
I have the 16890A, and I'm gonna put a probably like a 5,000 plus kV motor in there and
Is
just
it
start
18? Is it 18 scale?
16.
The 60. You see, I
Yeah.
have an 8. Have you seen my HPX? I actually have 2 of them. One's in Colorado, which was supposed to be sent back to me by now, but he hasn't done anything with it.
I
Jason.
did see a video, one of them, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. With the orange and black truck.
It's been a while, but
Yeah, it's an orange and black truck. It's 4-wheel drive. And it's 18 scale.
Are you talking about the one you sent in a bag to Sergeant J?
Yeah. He said he would get the drivetrain in order and then send it back to me, but he never did. I mean, he could take his time. I'm not pressed for it, but I'd like to see it again one day because I had a lot of fun with that little truck,
yeah, they're kind of cool.
especially the 18 scale. They just they're pretty rockety for their size. 17 miles an hour.
I got it for my daughter because she was driving my Big Rock, and I was worried she was gonna like take her legs out with it. It's it's kind of heavy, and
And it's faster.
she only weighs like less than 50 pounds, so it's making me uneasy. So I got the HBX truck, and that thing's pretty quick on 3S with slightly bigger tires. It'll do 39 miles an hour, so not bad.
Yeah.
But
The HBX ones, mine that the black and orange one does 15 miles an hour, and my other one that's in Jason's hands is supposed to do 17 and has smaller tires, so it was actually faster.
stock mine did 23 on 2S.
Oh, the HBX.
Yeah, but
That's
it's the
pretty
brush.
good for it's 16 scale.
Yeah, it's got a 2840 motor in it. It's like 3,500 kV or something.
Did you put oil filled dampers on it, or did it come with?
It came with them. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got metal
people say-
gears. Yeah,
Is it well sprung?
it's my first 16 scale car, and it's kind of jittery. I think that's just maybe just because it's so small. but I mean, it does have oil filled dampers, but they're nothing great.
The WL toy ones are pretty good. That they put in their cars.
Yeah. One of them had a defect in the oil fill shock where the rubber I don't know what the term is, the O-ring or whatever, the thing that has the holes in it that lets the oil slide in and out.
Oh, yeah, it's to let the oil through it. But Maya's have them in there they're the piston.
Yeah, one of them didn't have the holes in it, so it wasn't working right. And yeah. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I made jokes about you knocking people over with knocking them off their feet
I
with
saw
your
that.
six guy. Because they were just stalled, like, I'm impatient. You know, because everybody stalled like a traffic jam.
Yeah, there was like the SCX6 wasn't bad. We were we had a couple. Jericho tried to run his King Fling with the open diffs. It made it a good ways, but me and Joe were the only ones with SCX6s running the SCX6 course. So there's two
Oh,
guys
yeah.
with Traxxas, and then Misty had Swamp Thing, which has AR60 axles on with a 3-gear trans. It's a Rancho. So you
I
take
thought.
a
Sorry.
oh, you're right. You take a Wraith and a Poncho and kind of meld them together, but it's a BRC chassis, so it's an all steel chassis. The truck's heavy and it climbed really well. Like it had a 5.5 inch boggers under it on 2.2s.
I thought the King Sling had lock diffs.
No, it's like the other monster trucks. You can put lock diffs in it, but it's an open diff truck.
Because I thought if you're gonna go mudding with it, going through mud, I thought you'd want them locked.
Well, you also try to turn with it and stuff, and with the lock diffs, that thing being taller, it'll flip.
And you know what? It's already over 40 mile an hour vehicle too.
Yeah, that truck flies.
The King Sling is the most popular body. Actually, you know what? I prefer the red one, the hog one, the Jeep.
The Bog Hog.
The Bog Hog, yeah.
Yeah, the King Sling, like Joe said, he said it did surprisingly well. If he had locked diffs, he'd have made it the whole way easy. He just ran into basically what I ran into, my video that comes out tomorrow with the TF2 challenge. Trying to push something with an open diff, or if you break a dog bone and you only have 3-wheel drive. It's not fun on those creek trails.
I saw the 24th scale trail with Brent. Brent did a video of it.
I did one too. Yeah.
I don't get it. They did a 6-scale trail at Beat the Creek.
Mm-hmm.
Then why don't they do one for 8 scale? The 8 scale ones are much more numerous than the 6 scales in that arena.
Your 8 scales though are more buggies than
No. Actually, well, when you look at Traction Hobbies, they got a lot of 8 scale.
But how many Traction Hobbies are over here? You got the Raptor showing up right now. But the thing is, the 8 scale could do the SCX6 trail was basically to challenge the SCX6s. You could run the SCX6 on 2 other trails there.
Yeah.
The 8 scale, you could probably run on every trail but the SCX24 trail.
Yeah.
And because it's not going to be so obnoxiously big, because if you think about it, like the 10.3 Bronco is technically a 9th scale.
I'll see you guys. I gotta run, but
All
Bye.
right, Brian.
take care.
Later, Brian.
Bye,
Thanks for
Ryan.
stopping in, man.
So look up the Traction Hobbies. I know people can get them here.
Yeah, they just released the Raptor. There's videos coming out.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. The Raptor has an IFS.
Yeah.
It's a good looking truck. And I'm like, well, when are they going to make the Raptor R? And actually make it quicker than that one. You know what I mean? Because the Raptor R is a much more powerful vehicle than the regular Raptor. You know?
Right.
And they could make it accordingly. You know what I mean? Traction Hobbies makes good.
So here's your Traction Hobby stuff.
Yeah. Their scale.
So which one's the new one?
The Raptor. The Raptor one is a new one.
Yeah, but what's it based off of? The
Might be.
Craigslist?
But it has an IFS on it. So. Those would have done as pretty much as well, would have probably done as well as your 6 scales, even though they're a little smaller, right?
Right. Well, you got to think what tires are under them, though.
And they're cheaper than your SCX6. Oh, they're almost as much.
Yeah, they're the same price. Well, $100 difference. Yeah, they're $1,000 still, buddy.
Yeah. They would have kept up with your SCX6.
Possibly. It's a 2.2, so you have to think it's a 2.2 with a 5.3 tall, and the width of it wasn't going to be that much bigger than the Swamp Thing that Misty ran, because
But
it's got
it's still-
AR60 axles and it's running 2.2s with a 5.5-inch tall tire.
I'm wondering why they're not showing the one with the IFS.
I don't know. Maybe
I mean,
it's the Pro.
Technically, there's more 8 scale crawlers compared to 6 scale crawlers.
Right.
That's why I don't see, if they're going to make a 6 scale trail, why don't they also make one that's 8 scale?
Well,
Trail.
they only have so much space, and
You've
like
got how
I
many
just said,
acres?
you can run a 10 scale or 8 scale on the 6 scales trail, and you can run the 8 scale on the 10 scale trails. It's not going to be that much of a difference. It says the wheelbase was 374.
But the width is also wider than a 10 scales.
A normal 10 scale, yes, but an AR60 10 scale is wider than that. An AR60 is wider than. I'm telling you, the Swamp Thing truck is probably going to be the same. So what was that?
I saw
Yeah.
a 24 scale that had very wide axle to axle.
Yeah.
Left to right.
All right.
And the 24 scale, like that's a monster.
So it's 374. It's 14.7 inches long. A Gladiator is over 13 inches long. 13 and a half.
Honestly, never seen a request for it till the SCX6 was released.
Right. The track width is 245. So the track width is 245. That's the same as a Capra.
On the 8 scale?
Yeah. Says the wheel track is 245. The wheelbase is 374. So it's just a little bit longer than a Gladiator and in the same width as a Capra.
And the body
So-
is definitely bigger.
So this truck right here is the same width. Is that truck?
But I've seen the traction hobbies. They're nice vehicles.
Yeah, they are. But to say that you should build a specific trail for 1/8 is just unreasonable. The numbers, the SCX6s that show up at now that they're getting popular and the honchos out, it was an amazing trail. They built it super well.
Who had that long track 24 scale that I saw that was behind Brenton at the beginning of that video?
I don't know. There was 1,733 people there.
Oh, I'm just letting you know, it was very wide. It looked like a very big 24.
Right.
John's here.
This one's pretty wide.
Yeah, but
It's got a
that
wide
one,
track.
it was wider than that.
Yeah.
It was wider than that.
Well, you just run longer. You run the wider axles and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Were people running the 18 scales on the 24 scale trail?
Yeah, I did. My video has my TRX4M on it with a trailer.
Yeah, people were running TRX4s all over.
Did you
And
do
you got-
you just get back from the comp, John?
What's that? No. Comp.
Aren't there still Thursday comps? Oh, it's
Today's
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Gosh, I was thinking of my days are off.
Where the hell did I lose 2 days? But no,
It's Thursday that you guys do your comp, right?
if I go, like I said, I only jump up there every so often.
Uh,
Instead, now I'm having fun. I'm pulling silicone earwax out of diff gear.
Ah, the old earplug diff lock, right?
Yeah.
I've seen Putty use. Might even makes Putty.
Yeah, I tried it in a race transmission, and yeah, I made about 3 laps and pulled it out.
Was it too hard to control, or was it
Instant looping wheelie machine.
Yep. Yeah, I had 20 million in our drag cars, which is basically the same as running the earplugs. And then I went back down to 500,000 because it makes it more controllable on uneven surfaces and launches.
And it helps you corner. It'll still allow you to corner.
Corners and drag.
I found something out really stupid, and yeah, I'm gonna stick with this stupid idea. 60 weight shock oil.
Just make it open.
Well, I'd make them even more open.
Right.
I just use, when I make them super open, I just usually dump a little 3-in-1 oil into them.
Right.
What's the viscosity of 3-in-1?
Don't know, Brad. It's a hell of a lot less than the 60 weight shock oil.
I think it's close to a 15.
Yeah.
Oh, then it's less than it's a little more than my 10 that I have.
Because there's people that have used vegetable oil. There's people,
Oh,
just
yeah.
testing
I
out
wonder-
different ways.
Is vegetable oil higher than a 15?
I think they said vegetable oil is a 20 or a 25.
Yeah. But like I said, I've tried everything, and I've found out that 60 weight shock oil works real good in my track conditions.
For
Yeah.
diff action?
It's all about tuning, man.
Oh yeah,
Or is that for shocks or your diff?
for the diff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking shock oil in a diff. Yes.
And 60 weight shock oil's decently thick. I mean, it's not. Joe said transmission fluid works good too.
Well, you see how thick that stuff is.
Well, it all depends on transmission fluid too.
It's usually red. And it's quite smelly.
That's the detergent.
That's the problem. It's like, okay, is this what am I putting this in, and what kind of diff case am I putting it in? Is it a sealed diff case? Then I'm good. If it's not, it's gonna get flung out anyways, and I'm gonna end up rebuilding it. So I just might as well
Right.
just put a 3-in-1 in it and spin the hell out of it
Yep.
and swap it out every couple weeks or so. Yeah. So I'm trying to get one car together, and I'm like, all right, let me.
So you've been oval racing with your Sentin?
No, but it's been tuned a little bit too. It's been adjusted. My buddy was looking at it the other night, and he's like, "Oh, let me have it." And yeah, next thing we know, we're tearing it around his yard. All right, whatever. Well, I figure with that 140 amp and 4,000 kV motor, I should be pretty good if I got a good transmission to put it into,
Right.
which I geared the shit out of.
You spinning that motor to the max.
Oh yeah, I'm running almost 2-to-1 in just transmission.
You got a Sentin crawler.
No, I don't. I got it tuned down to the point where a 2S50C battery won't blow the tires off it, but a 100C will.
Nice. Spinning ain't winning.
No, but it's always fun to blow a tire though and keep on running with it.
Right. Not to Brad. He doesn't like to break things.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
My fun stops immediately.
Yeah, I just realized I have way too many motors.
I have way too many cars, not enough motors.
I
Well,
I have a decent amount of cars and not enough of motors I want and ESCs that I would like to use instead of what I get. Because the other ones are just hard to program.
let's just say I'm looking at 7 working motors at the moment.
I right now I have to get a 15 tooth hardened pinion because I don't like the stuff that comes in the box car. Where's that?
Okay, you don't like them brass soft tooth gears?
No, it's the
Oh, the
aluminum
pop,
covered the aluminum covered ones.
oh, the pop metal ones.
Well, I think it's aluminum covered plastic, and they dirty up the gears.
Can't have dirty gears.
It leaves a film on it. It's all black.
Well, that could be the oil that you're putting in there and the dirt you're running through.
No, even if you use the Tamaya oil, Tamaya grease, it does the same thing. I just bought some mobile grease to see if that will stick on the gears more. The black stuff.
No.
So. Did you watch any rally, a little bit of rally videos, Josh?
I did watch a couple of them. Sorry, work email hitting me up and texting. I watched some of them. That Porsche was really cool.
Oh, I from the coffee guys, the ones that have coffee in the title.
Yeah.
What?
And that course, what was it, in Indonesia with the bricks on it? So it would
Yeah,
slide on the
is
corner.
that a nice track?
Yeah, it was neat.
And they're sitting there power sliding through one of the turns with the bricks, just like it would in real life. You know.
Right.
And it was a pretty wet track too. They were running through puddles in a long straight in a short straightaway. Mud puddles. They were caked in mud.
Right.
Yeah, you should. If you get a chance, you should sub to them. You could see a lot of their races on many different tracks. They have a lot of cool tracks. You know.
Right.
I also send you those to give you an idea what to do with your track.
Left.
Well, I'm not digging it all up and laying bricks, man.
A little bit of bricks here and there.
Left.
Yeah. I'm getting irritated with that, and I'm tired, so I think I'm gonna run away.
Why? Where you going?
I'm tired, Brad.
Yeah, and I'm
Good
in.
night, John.
I fell, John.
Right.
Yeah.
Night,
See you guys later.
Thanks for stopping in, brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Only bricks or rocks getting moved in for the crawling course.
Yep.
What, you have some rock areas and then clay and dirt? You're mixing it up?
Probably be mortar to help hold everything in place.
Is Joe helping you with that? Joe doesn't live in Ohio, does he?
Yeah. He
Oh,
lives
okay,
out in
out by you.
Zanesville. He's a
Yeah.
probably hour and a half from me.
So he's the same distance in one direction from you as I am from you also. About the same distance.
You're like 2.5, almost 3 hours from me, Brad.
Oh. But I hope to see you anyways, because John comes 3.5. So
Right.
and he comes 2 to 3 times a year. Usually. Hey, Queenie. It'd be nice if Joe joined you coming up here. That'd be cool.
Check out these pictures.
You guys, I think, would really like the metro parks.
Joe would probably make it in conjunction with a trip up to Magic Hobbies or something.
Where's
That's
Magic
what you could
Hobbies?
do, Brad. You could meet us at Magic Hobbies.
Where's Magic Hobbies?
I think that's the one.
It's
I'd have to
gas
look
money.
it up.
Gas money's a problem for me. Where's Magic Hobbies?
Told you I'd have to look it up. Hold on a second, buddy.
Sorry, I'm in
Strasburg,
pain. What
Strasburg.
is it? Where's Strasburg? East
Ohio.
Sparta, Ohio.
There you
Heard
go.
of
East
Sparta?
Sparta.
Is that how far is it from the Pennsylvania border?
It's right south of Canton.
Okay. Yeah, but you said you guys would come up. Well, at least I know you. I don't know if Joel will ever come make the trip.
Yeah, we talked about coming up, but if you want it to be sooner,
Oh, well, at this point, my knee is in such pain. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm worried about shopping in the next couple of days.
well, the comp's not for a few weeks.
John he showed a whole thing for oval racing in Toledo, which is 104 miles from me. I was during Easter, I went down to around Canton. I think it was around Green. I've been in Green. There's a hobby store in Green.
Okay.
There used to be. I know that. I remember back in the day when my girlfriend was alive, I was working, and just on the spur of the moment, if it was the summertime, we would drive. I'd pick a state route and drive and see where it would take us. And we did that for 6 hours one way, pretty much. And in Union, Pennsylvania, there was a nice hobby store.
Jim's RC. That's in PA.
Where in PA? I don't know if it's the one I was at.
I don't know. This was Joe saying in the chat.
Yeah. I see that. Jim, where is it in PA? I guess he thinks it's the Union one.
It might be.
I don't even know if it's there. One of my favorite state routes is in down in Canton, State Route 800, right when you're exiting Canton. That's where it starts.
You have a favorite state route?
One of my favorite state routes in Ohio.
Keith, do you have a favorite state route?
State Route 800 is very pretty.
Now, Scenic Highway 31 in Michigan is very nice. It's pretty. It runs up the coast.
Well, don't forget, it has a lot of coasts.
Well, it runs up Wisconsin, towards Wisconsin.
Oh,
Lake
Superior area. Huron and Superior.
Hey, Eclectic Electric.
Believe it or not, I learned that State Route 322, which starts in Cleveland, takes you all the way to Atlantic City, and it stops at the ocean. 422. These are both very pretty if you take them the long way. 322 and 420. They're very pretty too. 422 stops in Philadelphia.
Didn't know any of that.
Also, 322 goes into Little Italy in Cleveland, which goes into Cleveland Heights. You go up a hill, or you go down the hill from Cleveland Heights, or go from Cleveland itself. It's the last foothill of the Alleghenies that's in Little Italy. They know it's the last foothill from the Allegheny range.
That's going to be a Final Jeopardy question.
No, it's just interesting factoids about it, Cleveland. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I said, there's over 60 miles of park through the metro parks, and it abuts to several different. It attaches to several different counties. They abut to it, as well as one of Hinkley section of the metro parks, which is Cleveland Metro Parks, is in Summit County. But also the metro parks, which is also an interesting tidbit I've told many people, brought the Brecksville Reservation abuts to the national park, which should even make you want it. That should make you even want to come out here even more to get the national park to the metro park. You know what I mean?
We see some abuts though. I want to see some abuts in Ohio.
hey, Eclectic Electric, you live in a very scenic part of the world too, in Wales. Wales is very pretty.
Hey, Brad, I have to go to work in the morning, so I'm going to leave. I won't end it for all this time.
Well, hopefully not.
Oh, no, I'm still here. Don't worry. I'm still running.
Oh, okay. You just
Get anything?
Frank's here.
Any
Just
abuts
working.
in tank?
So thanks for
Frank,
having me,
just
Brad.
You're
Good seeing
welcome.
you, Keith. And I might print up a dummy of that out of regular PLA to see how it looks.
Okay.
And
RC
I was getting ready
has
to ship your tires,
those
but if I
in-
print that tomorrow, I'll throw it in the box and then ship them all together.
Okay.
All
And
right.
then I can make sure it's the right size and everything right.
Before we resin print it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds
Cool.
good.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, chat.
So Eclectic Electric, I know that one of the most southern cities, part of England, is Liverpool. Supposed to. I bumped into a guy from Liverpool out by me when I went to the hospital the other day. He was from Liverpool. And I know that isn't in Wales, but it's the most northerly area of Wales that it touches. That I heard.
It abuts up to?
Yeah.
Abuts. That's the new word today.
Abuts.
Abuts.
Abuts. Yeah, I know, but Liverpool hits Wales, correct? Yeah, I know you live in Simaluru. Do you speak the language too? I know there's another language down in Wales that people speak besides English. Welsh. I think it's called, right? Welsh.
I don't know.
No, I'm talking to Eclectic Electric since he lives in Wales.
Oh.
Yeah. You speak it? Ellie.
No, I said I speak La French.
La French, meaning the French.
La
Right.
French. Yeah, sure.
I've heard.
Abuts.
No, I can't speak Welsh. The English brainwashed everyone to forget the language left out in danger now. Goodbye, Joe. No, I thought there's still people who speak it down there. I remember watching The Crown, and your new king was speaking it to them in the 60s. He was doing a thing. I already got in a little trouble for what he said because he didn't go to he didn't he speaked out of turn from what they asked him to say in Welsh.
He speak labots.
So what's been going on? What's the topic tonight?
I mean, where we looked into high tech because high tech has a lot of new things out there. New,
Okay.
that we were talking about high tech's new servos, waterproof servos. We were talking about their new chargers. They didn't have their new batteries listed yet. I have a feeling that they have now started putting their equipment in WL Toys because in their section at Suzuka and at that store at the show, they had WL Toys in their area, and I have a feeling their high tech equipment is in there.
Hmm.
Or they wouldn't have shown it. I assume, even though it was in Japanese, that's just what it gave me the sense of. If they have the WL Toy in their section, that means they must be putting their servos and stuff in those cars. That WL Toy asked them to do, I guess.
Okay.
Which wouldn't be a bad thing because high tech is a decent quality, is a fairly good quality equipment. They've been around for 50 years. They better be good.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking of labots. So
So what are you painting tonight, Keith?
your van.
Okay. You were saying you're having a problem with what? The lady's face still, or you something
No,
else?
the
Oh, the
front.
front. Oh,
Hey, Jason,
Right. Yeah.
you have a three-wheeler behind you, Frank?
the what?
You have a three-wheeler behind you?
A three-wheeler? No.
Oh. It just shows it lifting a wheel. It's one of your small scales.
What is that doing there? That's weird.
Hey, Scott. Hey, Scott, did Dirk send you a video for me to you? Yeah. What I mean, you just came back, didn't you, Frank?
Not a little while ago.
We were also looking up Traction Hobbies because we were trying to find the new IFS Raptor.
Okay.
They don't have it yet. They're not showing it on their thing. But I've seen it several times when at the shows, so we know it's coming. Maybe now they'll start making the Raptor R body, which would be different than the original Raptor, since there's a Raptor R truck now with the higher performance engine and everything.
I had to take apart all my trail where I had my trail, the Sims, I called it. My 110 trail. I had to take all the structures out of there, all the bridges and all that, because they had some machinery. They were going to cut some trees.
Mm-hmm.
They were supposed to do selective cutting,
Mm-hmm.
They didn't.
but everything's gone. Like the forest used to be like the back here, but now everything is gone. Like,
Oh, your trails are all screwed up.
oh, they used to be all in here. So now the trails are still going to be there, but we have no more shade. It's going to be in the full sun. So we'll see what's going to happen. There's more woods in the back. Like you can see, there's more woods in the back where we can go have the trails. But
It's gonna suck.
Why did they do that? Why did they cut all that stuff?
because last year we had a very bad storm.
Fire.
And a lot of trees fell down.
Ah, so they had to cut them up because they were littering up the place.
They had to cut them because some of the trees were damaged and leaning, and
The
because it's,
Widowmakers.
yes,
Widowmakers.
yes,
They killed people.
and because the trees are very tall, there's no protection from the wind anymore because a lot of them fell down. So it was very dangerous when it was windy.
Yeah.
So these trees must have been old and weak, and that's why they fell.
Yep. They were
Well,
very
you know.
tall, but not that big, but very tall. They're pine trees, but it's interesting how everything happened, but just because of that stupid storm last year, it really screwed us up on the trails last year, and it's screwing us up this year again.
Yeah. That
So,
sucks.
so in other words, it was a natural problem. It wasn't man-made problem. It was a natural.
That is correct.
problem. I mean, to cut up all that stuff is responsible to help stop fires.
Mhm.
And there's plenty of wood now for people to use to build things from a natural problem. I mean, technically.
What are they
you
gonna
can
do,
plant-
Tank? Just shred it?
Well, you saw a big pile of pine. That's for,
Yeah.
they're gonna sell those pine for pine boards,
Oh, okay. That's good.
because those trees are very straight and very long.
Yeah, they don't
So
just
It's
They
all gonna be
just-
sold.
shred our stuff. They cut
Shred
down
the
the
other
cedars.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, they just shred all the cedars, even if it's not. I mean, man, there's some good cedar. They just.
You could use the sawdust to help build the tracks up.
Sure.
Cedar
It would
dust will
help.
kill you.
The sawdust from the trees. I mean, you could use it to help soak up water.
Mhm.
I don't know what pine dust smells like, but cedar dust, boy, oh, that shit will kill you.
That's why they put them in drawers to help kill the moths. You know that, don't you? My dresser,
Allergies, boy.
my dresser drawers, when I got it, they had cedar bags in there to help protect from things getting in there to eat the clothes.
The bugs,
Yep.
the butts.
Keep all the bugs away.
Yeah. Well, the smell bothers certain insects.
Bothers this insect. I'm really bad with
In
cedars.
some ways, the cedar is a natural repellent. I assume that's why cedar trees usually can survive being attacked by insects, because the insects don't particularly like the smell of the tree.
They do take a lot of water too.
But they usually don't suffer from insect infestations, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's because of the butts.
Like smiling hamsters to you now.
Yep.
So there was something I wanted to bring up, and I forgot to bring up for you to show, Frank. Can't remember.
Yeah, the butts happy. Ah,
The butts. I wish I could remember.
mhm.
You don't remember?
No, but one day it'll come back to me.
One day. Electric says, I'm back.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I gotta get back to working on some RCs.
Mm.
Oh, now I remember. Yes, keeping moss off of suits, and yes. Would there is, I don't know if it's a four-wheel RC four-wheel drive, and Lesu got together to make something. There's a, it was on the Harley weekend, you know, when he talks about what's going on in the hobby. He showed that Blazer. I think Lesu had something to do with it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
from RC four-wheel drive.
Yes, I think it's a mix between Lesu and RC four-wheel drive. I think they
No,
came together.
it's the cover. It's a cover goes on top of the Blazer.
Yeah, you like it, Keith?
Yeah, it's okay, but I can make my own.
But they said there's wood in this,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
I mean, it's okay. You can buy it, you know, put it on there if you want, but the hobby's about making shit, I think.
Hey, did you know that the things that were carrying ballistic missiles for Russia, they had 12-wheel drive trucks? Big ass 12-wheel drive trucks.
Don't drive the butts. You can see it, Tank.
I can see what.
Oh, you were gonna look at that Blazer thing?
I'm on the RC four-wheel drive page. I'm not sure which one. Or if it
It's
actually
brand new.
shows
It just like he just had it today,
it. Okay.
or his scale news update.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna show the scale news update.
No,
on-
no, but I mean that Blazer thing was just
Okay.
pretty new.
These are very nice, the Chad,
Oh, those
See,
rims are
Chad.
nice.
he makes nice stuff. Especially like with a light kit and this rack. Fenders for the SCX 24, bumpers.
Yeah, it's a weekday for us today, Eclectic Electric. I don't know where everybody's gone.
$116 for an interior. Are
Oh,
you
that's insane.
kidding me?
You
That's
got 3D
insane.
printed.
I have no idea, but I think so. Detail interior with rear deck cover for the TRX4.
TRX4.
$130.
Yeah, for a steering wheel and some
Hey,
seats.
Radioactive. Scott says, hey, Brad, I got my package from Dirt today, sitting in my van next to me now, torturing me all day.
Wonder if do they still make them? Do they still make them
Oh,
off
open
ones
it
that you
now.
can get? Tank, them big long ones like the half interior. You know, the steering wheel's molded in and
Well, Tamiya still makes them.
no,
Interior
I mean
cars.
the generic ones, them plastic generic ones.
Yeah, so you can still find some companies that make one. Proline
Yeah.
still has some.
Yeah, that's what
This
I'm
is all
thinking
3D
about.
printed,
Yeah, that's why.
and it's all rough. It's not even to me. That's not even nice. It's not molded. It's
He
anyway.
says, no, it's not 3D printed. They are molded.
This is molded
It's
Yep.
molded plastic. That's even worse, ain't it?
because when I look at the steering wheel here, this does not look molded. But hey, could be wrong.
Hey, Keegan.
Nylon interior cab. It is ABS plastic injection molding deck cover. So the deck cover is, which is this
Injected
one
molded.
is
Hey, Keegan, pop in, man.
It's been open for 7 hours.
Tank, you want one of
your
your dragons smoking a joint?
No. I want my
That would be
dragons to be drug free.
Okay.
But the knight could have a pint.
The knight's fighting the dragon. He ain't worried about drinking right now.
You'd have the girl holding a drink.
Girls
I'm a
holding a
chicken.
battle axe.
With a beer stein in the other hand.
Yeah.
Without beer in it.
The guys in the boat are drinking.
Oh, they're drinking.
Yeah. You just can't see it, that's all.
We old Canadians are not into the crap. What? Talking about alcohol, you're talking about beer. It's radioactive. I swear, Europe, the people from Europe are probably some of the biggest drinkers in the world. Sean's here. Maybe the knight needs a bear holder hard hat. No weed. Sean's here.
Hey, Sean.
You're not really a drinker. You don't go to the pub and have a pint. Hey, Brandon and Jorah just came out with an Otzik Voodoo knockoff with rims and foams for $50 or so. Nice tires, in my opinion.
Tank, you don't go to the pub and have a beer now and then?
Oh yes, that's new too. That I think that's Lasso.
Yeah, that's new. That's real expensive too.
$1,100.
Yeah.
It's all metal, Frank. Isn't that cool?
It's all metal.
There it is. They made that into a camper, the Blazer.
Yeah. That's it right there.
Yeah. But you would be
I mean,
brown.
he didn't show that close. Them windows opening up like that with them hinges, that would be hard to make. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Interested in hearing about it when I'm looking for RC content. Okay, we're sorry. we're showing content now. That's new stuff.
Is that it right there? No, that's a different one. Or is that the same one?
What do you think of that new stuff from Lasso and Frank and that? Well, there's a Toyota one. Look at the Hilux one. That's all new stuff, huh, Frank?
Oh.
There's a green Toyota for you. There's a green Toyota. Did you see that?
Missed it.
Go back, Frank. Show. Yeah, there you go. You missed it again.
Oh, no,
There-
I seen it. Yeah.
That's what you would have that color, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
It's a green Toyota.
Green Toyota.
I've heard a lot of gun talk too.
The green Toyota. I'm not impressed with that.
Did you know Kyosho did a joint venture with another company that made a Hummer that was 1/8 scale that was nitro?
Are you impressed with that?
Brass brake disc weights. Vanquish.
This break. Brass. Brass.
There's a paint job for you.
Brass breaks.
Oh, there you go. Red Bull.
Yeah.
Those are new Mickey Thompsons, right? I heard there's a 4.1 inch ones. 4.19, 2.2 Bajas. That's some tall tire.
Bah.
Look how tall those.
Yeah. Oh, Tank. Now, is that tall and skinny or wide? Would that be a good mud tire? You're muted, Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tire height is 4.19, but the rims are 2.2s.
That's a tall tire, Frank.
So that's tall.
Well, it's
But not
four
wide.
inches and 19. It's not that tall. For 2.2, that's not tall at all.
Yeah. So what is it? Wide?
No, tall.
Yeah, I know.
But what is it wide, you ask? The width is going to be 1.18 inch wide.
So why is it special? Is it
The
It
tread
looks
patterns
scale.
too.
It's different. It looks kind of scale.
instead of a
That size.
1.9, right? It's a 2.2.
2.2. So what happens is you got less rubber here. So it is kind of better for side hilling because it will not collapse to itself. See how the rim is very big
Yeah,
and you don't see a lot of tires. On a 1.9, you would see more tires.
more
They got a
rubber
lot of-
there.
They got a lot of sipes on it too.
So see how it
It
looks on the
kinda-
program.
It kind of looks like, them trucks with, the big truck you drive around.
With the big rims and
one-to-ones.
barely any
Yeah.
tires. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? It's more low profile. But so that's what Brandon says. So Frank, what do you think of that Mercedes that's all metal?
What do I think about the Mercedes? You mean the Lesu?
Mercedes. Mercedes.
I don't care too much for it.
That's expensive. Not the tacos.
I don't care for this at all.
You would paint the body anyways.
I wouldn't buy it.
And a whole bunch of Next Racing Crawler.
I think I'd rather have the Mammoth
I like these
or
tires.
almost that.
Do you like those tires, Frank?
You think they would be good mud tires?
Yes.
I need
For
to
a
get some
faster
good mud
truck,
now.
yeah, because they're not wide, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't need a lot of torque to turn. They would do good in the mud.
Like for the TX4 tall
Yep.
or high crawl. It's called the high crawl, right?
The high lift.
High lift, that's what it is.
I wonder how good a traction they would get on rock crawling and trail.
And I really want to get one of them for mudding. But I got to figure out how to clean the windshield.
So I have to go do something real quick as best I can.
Outdoor something.
Walk there, so I'm gonna.
Mute yourself and turn off your video.
Yeah. Because
Well, don't
There,
fall.
Brad's gone.
Make sure you walk.
Brad's gone. He's gonna try to stand up. He's gonna swear. He's gonna say all kind of nasty words
Yeah,
because his knee's hurting.
fell
we wanna
down.
hurt him.
A lot of weight on that. A lot of weight on that knee.
Oh, it's cold down here. It's cold tonight here. My
Is
son
it-
was playing.
It's 74 here.
I don't do 74. I don't do that temperature.
Oh, well,
I don't
I'm sorry.
understand how cold or how hot that is.
I don't do metric or whatever you think temperature is. And
Oh, it says, welcome to the Tank Talk. Today on the Tank Talk, we're going to talk about tiny batteries. These are the new batteries for your watch. How it works is you actually tie it to the side of your arm and you wear it like bracelet. And if you want more time, you just add more batteries to your bracelet.
and you get more
can have
time.
pendants on and your watch will run for years, but you have
Until
nice
it
pendants. See,
explodes.
just like that, nice pendants.
Until it explodes, and then you won't have to hand, and you won't have to worry about a watch.
If you would like some, please place your order. Oh, somebody donated $100 to the racing
What?
funds.
Awesome. Thank you. That's friggin' cool, man.
So I got to do the math because everything is converted to dollars. So there is some kind of not loss, but there's in the conversion, there is PayPal does their mathematics of whatever the conversion is.
Yeah.
So when somebody wins it, I'm going to have to pay it back, but it's going to be whatever it is in Canadian funds transferred back to US, which should equal to the same thing by the time I transfer it.
Yeah.
So I think somebody gave $50, $100, and I gave 20.
Yeah. I'm going to give probably 10.
Brandon says, why doesn't he get his knees replaced? Probably would help a great deal. It's probably what he's going to have to do. But I guess
He wiped out today or yesterday. He fell.
yeah, he
So,
fell yesterday, hurt himself very bad. So right now his knees are hurting
yeah,
and he
fall
can
on your
barely
knee.
move. But why hasn't he gone to the hospital? I don't know.
talking about me,
Yes.
They ain't gonna do nothing there. Hospitals.
they
Why
probably
didn't you
still
go,
send me home.
That's right.
why didn't you go to the hospital?
Because I didn't think it was going to be this bad.
Okay.
I'm not swearing. I'm just screaming up a storm.
Yeah, just give it 2 or 3 more days, Brad. If it still ain't no better, then
I would scream going to my car, and I can't have that.
Which one is it?
The
Driving?
left.
Oh, okay. So it's not your driving.
No, but just walking to my car would make me want to fall and die.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think the hospital. If you're not bleeding, or having a heart attack or stroke or something like that,
Well, what's going on?
they
Is
just
I don't see any bruising, discoloration in it.
yeah.
And if I broke something or fractured, there'd be coloring. I hope it's not an attendant, but I guess if you had a tendon problem, it would discolor. I think the bone is just very bruised, but it's so deep onto the bone, it's not coming through the skin.
I mean, you could have cracked your kneecap, but I don't know. Do they put you in a cast if you crack your kneecap?
Yes, but they would actually probably do surgery. And I feel what they call it. The kneecap is actually called patella.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling it, and I don't feel anything moving around in it.
Yeah, if you can touch that, I probably didn't break it. You'd be
But
screaming.
I think the patella pushed so hard into the it really hurts more where the femur and the tibia meet.
Yeah.
It seems to be more centralized in that area than anywhere else.
Maybe you should do surgery on yourself. You know all them words.
Yeah, right. There are people who could do their own stitches, but that's crazy.
Well, it's 11:40, Brad. You gonna keep going to stream by yourself, or you want to end it?
Why don't we keep it going, and when that dirt gets here, we'll take it off.
I tell you, you
Okay.
can pass it to me.
Yeah. So I'll put KBRC 13, and he knows how to go to the three dots and end the
guess.
live stream. Do not, I repeat, do not hit the red button.
Let me do this once in a more time.
Like Josh did.
I go on mine and click on mine right now. Oh, okay. I see the three dots. Okay. And you
Okay.
click on that.
Just wait. I'll make Brad a co-host, and I'll make you the host.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you go to the three dots, you'll see
Okay.
end live stream.
Brian, what?
Oh, you want me to click on the three dots?
Yeah. Click on the three dots, but don't click on anything else after.
Okay. I won't click on anything else after.
I'm on Celebrex. I can't take
Stop
ibuprofen with it.
Video.
Don't do that.
I don't see end live stream though.
Don't.
Brad, relax. Tank, I don't see end line stream. I see stop video.
Yeah, it's probably the stop video. It's on the three dots. What are your options?
Yeah, I just clicked it.
What are your options?
You know, my
when you
options
click on the
is
three
I
dots?
can't read. That's my options.
Okay.
Pin says stop video.
No. On the bottom, completely on the bottom of the screen. Don't click on the three dots of your video on top. It's on the bottom where the menu is, where you see share screen, chat, participant. There's
Okay. So there it is. The three dots right there. Okay. Let me click on that. Okay. Stop live stream. Okay.
Yes, that's where you
push the red
stop the
button.
live
Thanks a
stream.
lot, Brian. Just kidding.
Okay. That's what I hit it. All right.
Actually, I was thinking it could be my tendons, but if I had a fracture, I would be discolored. There's no discoloring on my knee. And the swelling, you can barely tell it's swollen at all. So I don't know. You can bruise a bone too without breaking it.
Well, Brad, like I say, if you don't break anything, you're not having fun.
That's right.
Trust me, this is not. This is definitely not fun, Frank. You know that. If you did this, you'd be saying this isn't fun.
All right, so we'll be talking to you guys later. Cheers. Have a good night.
Bye, Frank.
So let's see. I go to this three dots.
Hey, don't you dare. I don't have any ice. I might have a pack for my there might be something in the thing that I bought recently.
I mean, you don't even have any ice maker things, Brad?
No,
little plastic things?
No, I don't have a very big freezer. I really can't fit them in there.
Oh.
I get a lot of stuff for the freezer.
Yeah.
I might have one of those packs that are in an emergency kit that you put in a car.
Oh, you snap it? Yeah.
There might be one of those in there, but I
got
don't
any
know.
peas?
No, I don't, I'm out of frozen vegetables.
Uh, You're probably gonna have to take a cart.
I always take a cart. What are you talking about? I'm in pain regardless. This
oh.
is just overly hurting.
Yeah.
This is worse. On top of what's already bad, this is worse. And I don't swear, I'm just screaming my ass off. Like I'm being, it sounds like I'm screaming like I'm being tortured. That's how bad it hurts.
Oh, but he didn't tell me how to. If you inline stream, we're still on.
Yes, but he didn't show you that, so don't do anything.
Well, I don't know what. We'll have to get Dirk. Maybe he'll come in.
Hopefully he's home by now. I'm sure he gets home at this by this time.
Yeah, maybe I'll give him a call in a minute.
I wonder if Queenie's still here.
Take a buprenorphine.
Yeah, right.
It'll work. Man, this would have been awesome if you could. That would have been a perfect friggin' Dirk. Could you please come on when you got time? This hand would be perfect for a joint, man. Perfect.
Google Dirk.
If you're home, not driving. La 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 la. Brad, what did you say? What did you say? An ass too?
On the butted too.
Huh? You didn't
We
say a
talked-
fudded.
A butt too.
A butt too, you said. A butt too.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta mow my lawn. It is so fucking tall. I ain't got no one to help me. I gotta buy a lawnmower. What about them electric lawnmowers, Brad? You know anything about them?
I know that you can I think you can run them for several hours. And they say you can do 2 miles of property with one on a full charge or something like that. Something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, but my grass is about friggin' more than knee high.
Well, you know that there's lots of torque in an electric. Did you cut it? You know?
Yeah, curious how much they cost. And they just came out too, so it's like, are they really any good?
I know they have ones that are over, I think they have ones that are 60 voltage.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a push one. I'm not getting a self-propelled. A rider.
Well, there's also self-propelled that are not riders.
Yeah, I've had some of them too, and they just, only one season and they break. So it's like, you're just gonna get a self-propelled, push, self, self-propelled.
I think they actually just came out with radio controlled ones.
Yeah, I seen that. You gotta. I
People
seen
been
that.
people been making those radio controlled for a long time. They just decided to actually make one that actually sold by a company.
Well, it's not. I don't know if it's a radio controller. It's like them vacuum cleaners. You see.
I think there's both.
Yeah. My lawn could handle that if I didn't mow it. I had it, you know,
Hey,
don't
Robert.
rain, and then it starts friggin' pouring out. And everything's crazy. Yabba dabba doo. Yabba. Oh, where'd you go, Brad?
Nowhere.
No, because I'm ready to shut it down. Ready to shut it down.
No. Robert's here, so we should definitely stay for Robert. We got in late.
Yeah.
Our Alaskan friend.
Was Dirk just in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Da, 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 do, 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 do. Make that bigger. That's what she said. Oh, you have some right there. Oh,
Oh, not much. We're talking about high tech's new stuff.
who's talking about high techs?
Lasso, new things. RC 4-wheel drives, new things.
Are you talking to Robert?
Mm-hmm. Are you starting to see blades of grass up there yet, Robert?
Talking to about abunchments,
Mm-mm.
announcements.
I don't care that you need to shave, man.
Who was that?
You cut the electric.
Uh,
Yes. Earl of Sandwich. I think he was a British guy, wasn't he, Eclectic Electric? People said he started the sandwich thing down hundreds of years ago because he'd take some bread and put the meat between it, and that's how sandwich came about. And his name was Earl of Sandwich of the islands. Oh, tundra's starting up. That means it's melting. Dabba dabba do. Must be quitting time, at least in bedrock rock quarries. The days are getting longer too. You're getting towards that almost 24 hours of daylight again, aren't you?
Yabba dabba do. Yabba dabba do.
When you get in here, Dirk, you can start showing us RC stuff.
Ah! Oh no. Not this guy.
Who's this guy? That's not Dirk, is it?
No.
Oh, he left. Who was it?
It was Scott. He'll be
Oh.
back.
And that's why the tundra starts showing, because daylight is getting longer and it means the earth is heating up over there.
No.
More daylight means more heat.
Yabba dabba do.
Who was supposed to come in, you said, Keith?
Scott just popped in a minute ago. Special guest won't come in until we're off.
Okay, I'm glad you know your history. It's a Keegan fact. You see, he says the sandwich is named after John Montague, 4th Earl of Sandwich, on the 18th century English aristocrat. Like I said, he was a British guy. I knew that. Yeah, but when you have nearly 24 hours of daylight, things start to melt because there's a lot more sun.
Yeah,
Things
yeah,
stay
fucking
warmer
brain.
longer.
Brain should start melting. You got 4 hours of daylight.
Are you saying Robert's brain should be melting?
Should be. The brain's not melted, Robert. Mine would. Mine would.
He's laughing at what you said.
Oh, I'm glad he can laugh. His brain's not melting.
Who has Robert's email.
Not I. I wonder what happened to Scott.
You scared him away, Keith.
No. He was in here. He didn't have any electricity. We always fuck around like that.
Yeah. You're so far north, aren't you, Robert, in Alaska? It gets worse there.
North in Alaska.
You know, Robert, Alaska was a standalone place. It'd be one of the biggest countries on the planet. It's so much bigger than a lot of countries, even a lot of bigger. Okay, he just finishing work and then driving home. That's what Scott said.
Oh,
That it's bigger than a lot of African countries. It's bigger. It's bigger than all of the European countries except for Greenland, which is attached to Denmark.
who's a peeing?
People don't realize how huge Alaska is. He's from 60 miles from the top
That's
of
what
Alaska.
She said. That's what she said.
So that means you're near Barrow, aren't you? Dirk's here. Dirk.
Yes, him.
Hey, guys.
Hi. You don't happen to have Robert's email, do you? Dirk?
The only way, well, I don't know, but does he want to join?
I'd like to see if he'd like to.
Well, ask him first.
Would you like to join us, Robert, in the chat?
This ain't
Video
offline
chat.
yet.
It will be.
Well, let's do it.
Everybody, send your emails to. You want to get in because we're about to shut the chat down, and I'd like to have any of you like to join us in the video part of it. If a lot of you have Dirk's email, send it to him, please.
Yeah, I'll do some work. I just got done working. Maybe ask me first next time.
You knew that was coming up, man. I see the smirk on your face.
No, I knew it was coming, but I thought that after last time you would have thought to ask me first.
I'm in a lot of pain today. I'm sorry. I'm forgetful.
I'm in a lot of pain too, Brad. Not the same kind of pain of the knee, but and I'm sorry to hear that you fell.
And I'll see you next fall.
He's 60 miles below Barrow.
Almost made me drive off the road. You guys are kind of boring.
Why would that make you drive off the road?
I'm just kidding. I was listening the whole time on the way home.
Well, at least it entertains you because it at least makes the drive more powerful.
It maybe entertained me, part of it. No, it was better than just listening to music I've heard a million times.
Yeah, and everything's up in the air on these things. So
You got to let the saltwater thing go, Brad. You got to let the saltwater thing go.
why?
Because you don't drive in saltwater.
But I've seen people do it recently a lot. I'm a peeing. You're a peeing. We're all peeing, Keith.
Oh, okay. So I'm about the peeing.
Well, I'm sorry your brother's dog died, or whatever. One of his dogs died.
It sucks, man.
All right, you want to, Keith, do you want to find a way to pass the helm to Dirk if Dirk wants it?
I don't know, Dirk. How do I do that? Do you want it?
It's up to you. Are you wanting me to end the live? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, you go to participants. Keith.
Well, what do I go to that 3 dots, right? Dirk?
You'll end it for all of us if you do this. correctly.
Yeah, I think if you go to the 3 dots like over me, or if if you go to participants, you can do it there too.
But I don't know where participants are.
Are you on a computer?
Yeah, I'm on a
So at
laptop.
the very bottom, there's a picture that has 2
Okay,
people looking
right.
things.
Okay.
Click on that.
Click
The
on
little
that.
arrow pointing, or just click on the
Okay.
picture.
Yep.
And then you see me, and then
Yep.
hover over me.
Over you, over your face.
Yeah, and
Okay.
over the my word name and
Oh,
participant.
okay, up there. Okay. Yep.
And then there should be 3 dots that show up to the right.
Yep.
And if you click on that, it should say make host.
Okay, I'll click on that. Where does it say make host? It says stop video, make host. Okay. And then press yes.
Yep, I'm the
So
host.
now you're the host.
Okay, goodbye, everybody. Anybody who wants to get in, I sent you one, Keegan, because I have your email.
Dirk, how do I get this other off the screen? Go back to-
Masticators.
Just click the
Oh, hey, Maz.
on that screen that came up.
click on
Hover
the
over
white
his
screen.
face is
The
crazy.
X on that window that came up with all our names. Just click on that X in the top right corner and it'll close it.
Yeah, I don't see any of that.
Brian, if you
I see
wanna
the
get-
big X. I don't want to click on that, right?
At the top of the whole thing with our pictures. Do you still see the participant window though? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, in that window,
Okay.
it's probably mostly white.
Yeah,
the
it's all
top
white.
right,
It just has
the-
3 names.
There's no top right. There's no X, like a dash, a square, and an X.
There's a V,
A V.
and that's yeah. It's
Oh,
got a
click on
V. Oh, and then it says close.
Yep.
Then it says pop out.
Hit
Close. Okay.
No! Okay.
Oh, so you want me to end the thing? Okay, everybody
Yes.
in the chat, have a good one. Anybody that
You
wants
do.
to
Goodbye,
jump on,
everybody. Thanks for
Bye.
joining.
Brad didn't fucking
anybody that
trust
wants
me.
to join the after party that doesn't have a link, you can reach out to me if you know how to get a hold of me.
I know how it is now.
That'll be that. So have a good night, everybody. I'm glad you got to see my hideous face before.
We love your hideous face. It's pleasant.
Brad didn't trust me. I'm not paying anymore.
All right. Have a good one, everybody.